Utah. With nearly 23 million acres of public land, this state of boundless adventure has something new to discover around each corner. With limitless possibilities, I turn to my friend Rob from Revere Overland to guide me around the vast and wild landscape that Utah has to offer. My name is David, and this is how I get off the grind. It has been about 20 hours of driving and we're finally at the trailhead. So there's a lot of stuff over here that looks really interesting to me, but we are going this way. Rob has assured me that this is the way to go, so gotta trust him.
They're snug.
A little bit of a climb to get out this side. Fenced off section up there. I'm wondering what that's for.
You want to go check it out?
So she'd never asked.
So Rob spotted this fence off the main trail. I don't know how you saw that fence from there.
I was just looking at the maps and I saw it's something up here on Onyx is labeled Head of Sinbad.
Oh,
I
okay.
looked up here and saw the fence. So I have no idea what it is.
But we decided to check it out because that's what we do.
Because we're nuts.
Like, what's this? What are those things next to it? Why's it got a snake in its head?
This one right here looks like an alien. It's so cool. I've never seen this before. So glad we stopped. That is my first time seeing petroglyphs, and man, it's so cool. I have so many questions about why those were painted the way they were, what they were trying to depict, but it's super cool. I hope we see a lot more on this trip. After this unexpected but welcome detour, we started heading towards Eagle Canyon. It was starting to get late and we were eager to find camp. However, we could not pass Swayze Cabin without checking it out.
Swayze Cabin, I've heard of that.
The Swayze brothers were some of the earliest explorers, running their cattle through this area. They built this cabin in 1921 after years of sleeping in the open or in nearby caves. Over 100 years later, it still stands at the base of this beautiful cliff face amongst the trees that surround it.
So the problem is what we've got is a huge cliff just over there, and there's like, you either go around it to the north or you go around it to the south.
So if we camped at the petroglyph site, got back on the interstate to get to the other side of it, we can rejoin the route?
We can rejoin it, yeah.
Okay.
So I think we can go back to the petroglyphs.
Sweet.
Good little side trip to a cabin.
I'm not upset about that.
All right.
While this did put us behind for the rest of the trip, It did mean that we were driving through the canyons of the San Rafael Swell as the sun was setting, which was a pretty great way to cap off our day of driving. This is just part of exploring. Even the best laid plans can hit obstacles. Personally, I love this aspect of exploring. If you know Rob, what you're about to see might surprise you. I got Rob to do manual labor.
I think I got a half decent hit.
Sounds good.
You can hold that with another piece of wood, right?
Huh?
Hold that with another, no. Grab another piece of wood with your left hand and place it on top of the one you were trying to hold.
Oh.
And that's nowhere near as skilled as
Smart.
okay. Smart, but you choose not to. Just sit here and watch you make the fire.
Sounds about right.
I think that's what happens when you go over 100,000 subs. I think that's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's probably what happens.
The peons make the fire.
Who am I gonna have when I hit 100? I plan on being
Find someone.
I plan on being such a douchebag that no one wants to hang out with me.
You already are.
After a very long day of traveling and some kind words from Rob, we enjoyed some conversation around the fire before calling it a night. The next morning was a cold and slow start. The last 2 days of travel hit me pretty good, so I slept in a little bit this morning. But we were also fully aware that having to backtrack the day prior really set us behind. So once up, we did not waste much time before getting back on the road. I did make time, however, for a quick cup of coffee and enjoying the sights of our campsite for one last time before hitting the road. So yesterday, obviously, we had to backtrack. But I recently switched to Onyx. They have a couple cool things that like really helped us figure out what we were gonna do last night. So Onyx has a folder sharing thing. So Rob built this route because he knows it really well, and he just sent me the entire folder and I was able to download it directly to Onyx, which is really nice because GPX files and KMZs can be a little finicky, especially when you're trying to do that on your phone. So having a folder like that to just transfer was really nice. The other thing I really liked about it is because I have that information, I can download some offline maps. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's a big green box and then a bunch of little green boxes in there. So the big green box encompasses my entire route, and that's a very, there's not a ton of information on there, but there's enough information to where I can kind of get around on the route. Those little boxes provide more and more detail. So I have the medium boxes downloaded, and then they have a small box downloaded, which will give you all sorts of information. It's just something really cool about the Elite membership that that I've been really enjoying so far. So I have a link in the description if you want to save 20% off an Elite membership. But so far I'm really enjoying OnX, especially how clearly they mark who the land belongs to.
I'm honestly surprised by all the greenery and trees and bushes and stuff there is, given what it looked like on the way here.
That's one of the things I love about Utah is it just changes so often. I don't know, it's just constantly changing.
Last time I was in Utah, I talked about how I had to be careful where I stepped because I didn't want to like hurt the dirt. And I had someone making fun of me like, what do you mean it's bad for dirt to step on it? And it's because of this stuff. This is like a little microorganism that lives in the sand. And when you step on it, you kill it. It takes about 10 years for it to regrow to where you see it today. And this stuff, you can see how it's sticking up where it is. It's because it holds the sand together. So when you step on it and kill it, the sand can be washed away in erosion. So yes, it is bad for the dirt to step on it.
I had no clue that that was a thing. So that's, I don't know. And for whatever reason, I'm just fascinated by that. That's one of the coolest things. At this point, I didn't think we were ever going to get to our destination because yet again, we found something on the road that interests us.
This house is a little small.
A little small. That's really cool though.
Got a abandoned mine tag on it.
It'd be really cool to have like, you know, those glow sticks that you break. And,
And just throw one down.
yeah, see how far it goes. We could throw a rock.
See if we can hear this. Not
far.
No.
So we stopped at Copper Globe Mine, which is a cool little mine. Clearly it was mined for copper because there's like little green rocks everywhere. And as I'm sure you know, when copper is weathered, it turns green. So it's super cool to see all these little green rocks everywhere and kind of the old way of mining and doing things. You know, I love abandoned things like this. So this is super cool to check out.
Jeez. Well, that's creepy.
You want to sleep in here?
Hell no.
this little path looks super cool and it'll connect back to the road that we need to be on, but man, with the Bronco loaded up, it eats up all my ground clearance, so there's no way I'd make it up there. It's really stupid to say I can't wait to get a lift and tires. Yeah, I don't know what the point of this is.
Maybe chasing a copper seam.
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh my God.
Now, what do you think?
It's wild, man. Like, I can't even comprehend what I'm seeing. It's super cool to see all the different layers in the cliffs and kind of the erosion that happens. And then off in the distance, I have no idea what mountain range that is, but there's snow-capped mountains down there. It's wild. This is so crazy. This is our first day, like, really exploring. We did a little bit yesterday, but we didn't get too far into the trail. Utah is blowing my mind so far. It's just unlike anything I've ever seen.
There's a horse up to the left of us. I guess it's a wild horse. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, they're to our left. There's two different ones to our left.
Really difficult shot, so let's take it slow.
I like what you're doing. Yeah, like this kind of road is what Broncos are made for.
The Broncos were made for every kind of road.
Sure. Yeah, going Baja mode.
Even with all of the beauty that we saw today, from the vast landscapes and overlooks down to the microorganisms creating small formations out of the sand, Utah had one more treat for us this day. Rob had said that our intended campsite was going to be awesome, and with the route he's chosen so far, I had no reason to doubt him. But it is impossible to put this place into words. We've chosen camp for tonight. It's a good one. So we were up a little further up the way, but it is like really kind of incline. There was no way to level out the vehicle, so we came down a little bit, and we're gonna set up camp here. But we still have an incredible view and a nice fire ring to have a fire tonight. So I think we're gonna get set up and start enjoying the night. It's been a long drive today, so I think we're both ready to just chill. Good morning. This is going to be an incredibly hard campsite to beat. The views from here are just wild. So we're getting packed up and we're getting out of here pretty early. We're going to meet up with Justin B. McBride, and I think Jevin Dovey as well is going to join us. But before we meet up with them, we're going to pass through Cathedral Valley, kind of skirt around the Capitol Reef National Park, and then we'll meet them in the Escalante area. But we got to get on the road because we have a lot of miles to cover, because we're going to meet them at noon. So
They are much. I think that's what I needed to say.
what you see here is a pre-production prototype of a new Trail Rocks product. It is an adjustable height shelf with plenty of mounting options and places for you to strap things down. Like I said, this is pre-production, so when this does hit the market, it might look a little different than it does here. I will say that I absolutely love this product, and it really helped me keep things organized on this trip.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
I'm going.
Go then.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm ready to go. I'm waiting for you.
Which way are you going?
Straight.
Oh, I am too.
With all the detours the last couple of days, this morning was all about putting some miles behind us. But off-road miles are my favorite kind of miles, so even though we were in the cars, we had plenty to look at. So we had a pretty good idea that this is how this was going to go, but our intended route is this way, which takes us up over those mountains. I think at elevation, our peak elevation would be 9,200 feet, and it honestly doesn't look like there's any way we're going to be able to pass that, given what we're seeing right now. So instead, we're going to head down this road, cut through Cathedral Valley, and then meet up with the boys. As long as Rob gets the right take, that is.
One of those will do.
Sloppy, a little squirrely, so take it slow.
I did not enjoy that section nearly as much.
I was 10 and 2 that whole time.
Yeah, it's gone deeper.
We eventually hit flat ground, but the snow continued for a few miles. We really weren't expecting to deal with much snow this trip, but eventually it cleared, and that would be the last of it that we would see. It was about this time that I realized that we were going to be going through Bentonite Hills on the way to Escalante. These softly contoured and banded hills have been something I've wanted to see for a while now, and I was really excited to finally have the opportunity. Despite what you may see on Instagram, these landscapes are extremely sensitive to outside foot and vehicle traffic, so be sure to stay on designated trails. Honestly, after everything we have seen over the last few days, I didn't think there was any way that Utah could deliver us much more. But for me, the days to follow somehow managed to be the highlight of this trip. After one final obstacle, which was a river crossing, we put some miles down on the pavement to meet up with Justin and Jevin. But that is for another video. Until next time, I hope you're able to get off the grid and off the grind, and I will see you in the next one.